Hello Aries, welcome back to Lunem at Stellas Tarot. I hope everyone is very well. We have a full moon at the moment in Gemini. The energy is very strong indeed, and I've been called to do some slightly longer readings this week because of that. So let's see what comes up. It's going to be a general reading. We have had a lot of love messages coming up, but we'll see what comes up. Please take it if it resonates. Don't try and make it fit, okay? There may be parts of the reading that do, parts of the reading that don't, but let's go through the adventure today and see where it takes us. Okay, thank you Spirit for the messages so far. Please can we have some cards for Aries in the recent past, please? Aries in the recent past, please, Spirit. What's happening for Aries in the recent past? Let's get a picture of what's been going on for you. Okay, so we've got a World card, we have Temperance card, and we have Four of Swords. Okay. So I'm seeing here that you have been in a period of rest. It might be that you've needed to catch up on some sleep. I feel like you've moved through something that has been very troublesome for you in very recent past, and that cycle has closed out. Okay, I feel as though you may have even physically moved somewhere, and that's been very taxing and tiring on you. But there's also an element here of having to go with the flow. You've had to tap into your higher consciousness and decide what it is that you can make out of this situation. So the Temperance card for me, it's like alchemy. It's the changing of one thing into another through the state of higher consciousness and an overall knowing of you know, cosmic will and divine order. And I feel that at this, you know, in the very recent past, you've been in a position where you've had to retreat back in order to do that. You've had to take some time to rest and recuperate. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here, Aries. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're going to clarify the cards as well. So I want to find out what it is that has closed out for you. The world does tell us that there's a new cycle coming. It's creation as well, and that you are stepping out into a new stage of life. Like I say, it might actually have been a physical move as well that you found very tiring. It's like when you've moved all the boxes in and you just need a couple of days to just go, oh, and to sigh and to rest and order takeout and not do very much. Okay, that's the kind of energy I've been getting for you, Aries. Okay, present time please for Aries. Present time. Thank you, Spirit. Can you hear the seagulls? I live on the coast. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups. We have an Eight of Cups. Nine of Wands. Yeah. You're still in the process of walking away from something here. There's still a bit of an emotional attachment. It's when we have the Eight of Cups, it's a walking away that is a bit reluctant because it's something that's brought you a lot of happiness. And I've got the Nine of Cups here, which is your wish fulfillment. So it's like something has closed out, but you're still letting it go. And it's really weighing very heavily on your mind. The fact that we've got two nines here, either side of this card, we've got 8 and then 2 9s, tells me that you're coming towards the end of that. You know, it's like the perseverance, okay? The perseverance through it's the idea of that last bit of strength that's left at the end of a battle that you've been through, where you're feeling a bit bruised and a bit sore, but you're going to carry on regardless. And that's why we've got this Four of Swords up here, because there's been this real need for you to make that retreat and to rest and to heal yourself. Okay, I feel as though this thing has been closed out in order to bring you further happiness in the future, to bring you this Nine of Cups. And I feel like you're on your way towards that right now, but there's still some things you need to let go of in the past, and there are still some things that you were needing to walk away from. Okay, and it's been very emotionally draining on you. Okay, we're going to look at the future a bit more, and then, like I say, we'll clarify with some other cards. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. What's happening in the future for Aries, please? What's happening in the future for Aries, please? Eight of Swords. Magician. What's happening in the future, please, for Aries? One more card, please, Spirit. Okay, I'll take those. Three of Wands. Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay, here's that ending. Here's that ending. Okay, so something has physically come to a close up here. Do you remember I said there was an actual, maybe a moving away of something? Something came to an end, and I feel that you've had to transmute that into something more beautiful. Okay, and you've had to step away in order to rest and to do that, to give you this idea of the Nine of Cups, which is the future contentment. Okay, the wish fulfillment. There is still a mental prison here in the not too distant future. The idea of not being able to move forward, of being trapped, and it might be that you're still trying to let go of this last bit of emotional attachment to somebody or somewhere or something. Okay, the Magician is here in your future. The Magician can make things happen. They have all the tools they need to get the job done. Okay, they also are mindful of the fact that they are continually needing to learn, continually needing to upskill, to learn new things, that the work is never really truly done. Okay, so they're not complacent. The Magician is very, very good at manifesting things into the future. And a Three of Wands here tells me that you are turning your back on something and you're now looking to the future and you're ready to move forward. There's still an element here of waiting, holding back a little bit, but we're going to clarify and find out why that is. Certainly, though, you have got an incredible amount of power and what's the word that I'm being given? Influence. I'm being told influence in the future to create what it is that you want. And I've got a Ten of Swords here as well. So this is the actual end, the end that I talked about here in the present time that was coming towards you with the nines. We now have a 10. Okay, so you will be putting that behind you and moving on. But I can see here now from these cards that whatever it is that has come to a finish in the recent past has been incredibly painful for you. All right, so I'm really sorry that you are going through that, Aries. I have a feeling if you watched the reading from last week that there was a similar message coming through. Right, let's clarify and find out a little bit more about these cards. All right, so why is the World here, please, Spirit? Why is the World here? Thank you. Yeah, okay, so I've got a Lover's card. This was a decision that was made with regards to a love connection. The Lover's card often does indicate a soul connection of some sort with somebody, and a decision being made. I've got a King of Pentacles here as well. So it was a very firm decision. It was very decisive indeed. I'm not sure at this time whether there's any going back from that. All right, I feel that you or somebody else had to be very grounded. It may have been, I mean, you know, there is somebody here that is maybe it's a father figure or a slightly older man or a slightly older woman, depending on how you want to take it, but somebody that was very secure in their business, financially secure, somebody that is able to make very grounded, sensible decisions. The King of Pentacles is a very sensible card. Okay, so this could have been your energy or it could have been the energy of the other person. So I'll let you take that how it fits. Okay, why is the Temperance card here, please? Why is the Temperance card here, please? Again, I feel like this could be related to the home and actually physically moving to a new home as well. I've got a Three of Cups here and I've got a Nine of Swords. Okay, there was a decision made between two people. I'm sensing here that there was an extra person in the relationship. It may have been through a social group or a group of friends as well, that there was a decision that was made here between two people, and it caused an incredible amount of anxiety and sleepless nights, overthinking, a really, really awful time that has required you to step back into temperance, to try and find that balance. It's that feeling of desperation when you don't know which way to go and you're trying to you're searching for answers, you're asking for help, you're calling out to the universe or the angels or whoever you feel can shine that light for you, and you're asking for that help. But it's also that feeling of lying in bed at night and thinking, how can I turn this around? How can I make this different? You know, what can I do? Okay. And then we've got the Four of Swords here. Okay. Why is the Four of Swords here, please, Spirit? I'm going to take all these because they've come out. This happened quite quickly. Yeah, okay. There was some very unhealthy behaviours here indeed. I feel that there was almost a kind of obsessive energy. Some deceit and some deception. Somebody came towards you offering love, but it wasn't a mature offer. They didn't, I don't feel that they came to you as a king. They came to you as a knight, and they offered you something that was perhaps not as real as they made out it was. Okay, it was almost like a bit of a false promise. But there's a it came in very quickly, and there's, yeah, like I say, there's almost this obsessive quality to it. Like somebody like obsessively wanted your attention, and they were showering you with these messages of love, almost like, I don't want to use the word love bombing because that can be quite triggering, but there were a lot of messages, okay, and you've had to retreat back from that. A decision has had to have been made, and you've had to close out that cycle. I hope that makes some sense. All right, let's move into the present time now, because the past is in the past, okay? Just going to see what this one is. Yeah, look, there's you, Hermit. You sunk into Hermit mode here. You've stepped back. This is now about your self-discovery. It's about taking that introspective time to decide which path you want to be on next, okay? And I believe that you've chosen this Nine of Cups. Nine of Wands. Again, we've got that twice now. We have it over here as well. So this is your perseverance. This is really your courageous spirit. This is that last bit of energy where you're like, do you know what? I am so done with this, but I've just got to carry on, okay? This is a real, I mean, kudos to you, Aries. This is a real strength of spirit that you're showing here. I've got a Two of Cups. So this was somebody that you had a very strong soul connection with. And do you remember how I said that it was like all those fast messages, that offer of love coming in, like they were showering you with, almost obsessively showering you with messages. And I believe that when we do find somebody that is a soul connection, that's quite often what happens, because the energy is so fast and so strong that it's almost like you're making up for lost time. And then those messages, they flow very, very quickly, okay? If you ascribe to the idea of a twin flame, then you might already understand that this person feels like your wish fulfillment. This person feels like they're going to bring it all to you, and it happens incredibly quickly when they come into your life, but it also ends incredibly quickly when they leave, okay? And you will understand that if you've been in that position within a twin flame, okay? That may be what's happened here for you, all right? Take that as you want it. Leave it if it doesn't resonate, okay? I have got the Eight of Cups here, which tells me, do you remember, as I said, this is a very reluctant walking away. It's almost impossible to walk away from a situation like this. And quite often, if it is a soul connection, it's the other person that has actually decided to walk away, and then you are left picking up the pieces, all right? I've got the Strength card here. This is taking an incredible amount of courage for you to walk away from this situation, which is why it's so difficult. I'm just, all the time through this reading, Aries, I'm being given the word courage, strength and courage all the time. All right, this is burdensome for you. It's weighed very heavily on you. But I have another Temperance card here. That's twice now. It's alchemizing it. It's turning one bad situation into a better. And actually, the Temperance card reminds us that there is a bigger picture. It's also a card of healing. So If you think about, for example, your higher consciousness or the angelic realm, perhaps, they are looking at the bigger picture. They're seeing all the pieces of the puzzle that perhaps you can't see at this time. And I believe the Temperance card is here to lift that burden from you. I've got a Knight of Pentacles here. So there is a new start coming in. There is somebody coming in towards you that is going to offer you a new way of doing things. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a very reliable energy. They can be plodders. It can be frustratingly slow. And so therefore, I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement from him within the reading, but know that it's sitting there in your energy at this present time. Okay, so don't be surprised if you begin to see somebody coming in towards you with a new offer. But this offer is going to be very, very solid. It could be the same person coming back in because maybe they go away, they get their life sorted, they have a realization, and then they come back in a different light. Okay, there's a transformative energy that happens when a soul connection cycle comes to an end. Because what often happens is the people in that connection go away, they do the work, they come back as a more solid proposition. Okay, so that may be what's going to come in here for you. We've got a little bit more heartache to go though. There's a bit more work for you to do, Aries, in the future. Look, I don't sugarcoat it, okay? I will always tell you the truth as I see it in the cards. And hopefully that is, you know, that's going to be the most helpful thing for you in the long run. Yes, there is more heartache here. Look, we've got a 3 of Swords here. This is an incredibly difficult time for you. I really do understand. There is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords here, which is the mental prison. So this heartache, this sense of betrayal, even that perhaps there was a third party situation here and the other person was chosen over you. Okay, Aries, I'm just going to say it as I see it. It's putting you in this mental prison where you feel like you can't move forward. What I would like you to know at this time is that you have absolutely 100% the ability to step out of that prison. You have the Magician card here. You have all the tools that you need in order to manifest the life that you desire, all right? And I tell you what else I've got here. I've got an Ace of Cups. This is the unconditional love, a new love. This is source energy, pure love energy. You know, it's fresh water. You look at the lilies here on the fresh water. It's pure energy, okay, pure love. And that is coming in towards you in the future as well. And I feel that you can manifest that with the Magician. If you can sit in this Magician energy, if you can step out of this mental prison that you've got yourself in, and you can find that resurrection, then I feel like you have the ability here to 100% manifest what you want. Okay, I've got 3 of Wands here. I've got 5 of Swords as well. So yeah, this is that conflict within yourself. Okay, you're ready to move forward, and I see this in the not too distant future where you're stood there, you're turning your back, you're finally starting to turn your back, and you're ready to move forward, but there's this inner conflict. Okay, this is that moment when you start to feel drawn back into this energy here. Okay, it happens, it always happens. There's a moment where you're moving forward and then you feel like maybe you can't move past it. Maybe it's all too much. Maybe this 9 of Wands energy of bearing that burden and that feeling of, you know, perseverance, maybe that's when it needs to come into play. All right, so just be aware of that in the not too distant future. There could be a moment when you wobble, and that's okay. You can wobble, that's perfectly fine. We all wobble at times. All right. Oh, heavy reading, Aries. Okay, let's see this 10 of Swords. I'd really like to know how we all close out with this. Let's bring an end to this pain now for Aries, please. What is happening with the 10 of Swords? Thank you, Spirit. You know, when you need that bit of reassurance from Spirit, it's there. Okay, we've got the Sun. We have contentment. Now, the Sun is that fresh start. It's a blank canvas. It's, you know, it's that childlike innocence, the return to innocence after a period of trouble. And I love that for you here with the 10 of Swords. You are finally going to put all this behind you, and you're going to move into this contentment and this true happiness. Okay, I also have I'm not going to ignore these because they came out also. I have a 5 of Wands and a 10 of Cups. This is telling me that the 10 of Cups is there for you in the future with this Sun card. This is the ultimate happiness and contentment, and actually the removal of the barriers of things like material possessions. It's the realization that actually all we really need is love, and this is showing up in your future with the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands can quite, you know, it gets a bit of a bad rap because people just think it's arguing, people, you know, having arguments, but actually it's also about options as well. It's lots of voices, and I feel that you may have options in the future. I feel that there are maybe lots of people trying to get your attention, vying for your attention. And I think, like, with this beautiful energy here with the Ace of Cups and the Magician, and being able to manifest that new love within your life, you know, when that often happens, you know, you let this beacon of light shine from your soul, and it attracts people to you. They see the light within you, and that is the light that you can't see when you're in this mental prison here with the 8 of Swords. And I believe you're going to be attracting people in towards you. It's almost like, okay, so Spirit's telling me this is beating them off with a stick. Like, it's literally, sometimes the tarot can be completely literal, okay? This is you beating them off with a stick. That's what Spirit's telling me. Okay, options, Aries. All right, okay. That's a beautiful positive ending. Let's see what the oracle's got to say. These could be answers that are unrelated to the reading so far. It's just anything else that Spirit wants you to know at this time. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Thank you, Spirit. One more maybe. Thank you. Okay, right, we have got the Storm. Passion and protection with the Storm. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there is this storm overhead. There's these dark clouds overhead for you at this time, Aries. Okay, it is all about passion. It is all about kind of, it's also that lightning bolt of enlightenment as well, and illumination. And I feel like that's coming in for you with this realization of having to step out of this very painful energy. And actually I've got revelations here as well with the key. The idea of self-deception and the revelation that, you know, you can step out of that. It's that 8 of Swords energy again. It's releasing yourself from the bondage of the mental prison. Okay, and then I've got the hourglass, call to action. Okay, so yeah, the hourglass is that feeling of the passage of time. It's the idea of everything happening according to divine order. Now, I'd also like to draw your attention here to the fact that on all 3 of these cards we have skulls. We have skulls in the clouds, we have skulls on the key, we have skulls on the hourglass. Okay, now this particular oracle deck does have a lot of skulls in it, but it also has a lot of other things in it as well. So I'd just like to point that out to you, because obviously we have a very definitive theme here of the idea of death and rebirth with the skull. Okay, there is an old version of you, Aries, okay, that has been hurt and betrayed, but you have the Magician card here. So moving forward, you have the ability to rebirth yourself, create the life that you want. The Sun card is there for you, the 10 of Cups is there for you, and the future is looking absolutely fantastic. All right, Aries, that was a bit of a heavy one, but you know, like I say, I tell it as I see it, and I hope it's helped you in some way. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the full moon energies this week, and I'm going to leave my love with you for now. Goodbye.